Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here, honey. Listen, I came to talk a little bit more about these Bravo housewives, okay? It is a lot going on over here, honey. Understand? Now, the first person we got to get into, child, is Miss Pinky Cole. Y'all remember Miss Pinky Cole, new cast member for Real Housewives of Atlanta? It's nothing funny about this situation at all because debt is very serious, okay? In my personal, all right? Debt is very serious. And recently, Miss Pinky Cole had to file bankruptcy for whatever reason, all right? She filed bankruptcy. And a lot of people had some things to say, jokes to be made, and everything because they didn't fully understand bankruptcy, right? And how it can benefit people that do have money, but trying to, relieve themselves of some debt. So she came down to the social media to give us this educational video where she just talked about, bankruptcy, cluing people in on the different types of bankruptcy that's out there, why one would file this, why one would file that, right? Well, unfortunately for Pinky Child, whew, girl, her house ended up getting taken. Now, please make note, Pinky came down to the people, right, to show them her walking out of her house. This was another trolling video that she did where she was walking out of the house, saying a lot of people think that, when you file for bankruptcy, you are broke or whatever. And it was a picture of her walking out of her home, showing the Rolls Royces and all these cars or whatever that she got, showing she still got money. She just took a different type of approach. And I'm like, oh, girl, I hope that this ages well. And I hope that these bankruptcy people are not watching you, right? And obviously they were, because according to TMZ, they're saying that a Georgia creditor has seized this woman's home. Ooh, girl, this is crazy. All right. They're saying Real Housewives of Atlanta newbie Pinky Cole rushed to bankruptcy court after she claims that creditors seized one of her investment homes and changed the locks. Now, according to court documents, they're saying that Pinky said she owns a fancy property in Georgia. It's a 6-bedroom, 4-bathroom home right over there in Loganville. Child, whenever I hear something with a Ville on it, I just know it's all the way out. It's giving real far out somewhere. But either way, that's what's going on. Now, in the new filing, they're saying that Pinky claims that after she filed for bankruptcy, right? She's saying a Guardian Asset Management seized the Loganville home, placed a notice in the street facing window, and changed the locks, child. They're saying that Pinky says her lawyer tried to contact Guardian and explain their actions were improper since the bankruptcy filing paused any collection efforts. Ooh. Ooh, so I feel like it must have told you they was on their way to take your property. And she was like, oh, let me hurry up and go ahead and file this. So y'all can't seize anything. So that means things are supposed to pause, right? When she files bankruptcy. I wonder if there was a particular clause in there that she didn't read or something to where they decided to seize this house, or if they really did things improperly, right? So they're saying that Pinky said the seizure causes extreme financial harm because she needs to rent the property in order to bring in income, right? She said that she has a prospective tenant with a lease set to start on April 1st. The creditor has yet to formally respond. Pinky's lawyer tells TMZ this was an investment property that was unlawfully seized from Miss Cole. This unlawful seizure violated the automatic stay imposed in Pinky's bankruptcy case. In other bankruptcy documents, they're saying that Pinky said she owes millions in debt and is currently unemployed with basically no income aside from the $15,000 a month her husband earns. All right. So this is what Pinky is out here alleging and reporting on in her court documents. And it's really sad. It's really, really sad. She came down to the internet to troll the people. This is just not a good start to Real Housewives of Atlanta, in my personal. And maybe it is for her because there's so much attention on her that is going to bring so much attention to the show as well, in my opinion. But I just feel like, girl, you came down to the internet to troll the people and the bank turned around and trolled you. Is that insane or what? Like, girl, what? Why y'all had to do it like that? Y'all ain't even much had to do it like that. Girl, that's crazy. I hope she get her house back. Because, you know, with these 6 bedrooms, Pinky probably was living in the house herself. I wouldn't be surprised if she was. But also renting the rooms out to a few people, maybe some relatives or something. That's still considered investment to me, an investment property. And listen, that's a problem. They will have to, if it's found to be that the bankruptcy individuals or the guardian, the bank or whatever, were so that's not more so bankruptcy, but I guess the debtors. If it's found to be proven that they operated improperly, then child, I'll be trying to get a little coin taken up off of my bill. Take this off because you inconvenienced me for about a week. You know what I'm saying? Let me do the calculations. That's about at least 20 racks. Y'all need to take off my bill because y'all stress me out, Your Honor. That's why I filed for bankruptcy in the first place, Your Honor, 'cause I was stressed out. And they stressed me more knowing that I'm trying to get this house rented the hell out so I can pay them their money by April 1st, Your Honor. Girl, I be over there going crazy. Understand? Under damn stand. But I damn sure when it came down to the internet trying to, teach you ziggles anything. In all honesty, because be clear, girl, the people questioning what did you really teach them if you turned around and got your damn house seized. You over here trying to educate us, and you may not have been so educated your damn self that house got snatched up. Okay, that's crazy. I hope ma'am got another home. I'm not gonna lie. I hope it's another house that she can, stay at this time. Because I do question, was this really an investment property? Maybe it was. But it don't mean that they weren't living in the home and expecting to leave in time enough for the home to be ready for somebody else. Well, because I'm telling y'all, the house that she walked out of in that video that I don't have, because I think she took it down, but the video I don't have that she walked out of at night showing, the Rolls Royces and all of that, that was giving 6-bedroom home, honey. So, yikes. We hate. And I do mean we hate to see it, okay? But as we speak on Pinky Cole, I want us to check out Miss Phaedra Parks, okay? Because Phaedra Parks is going to touch on Pinky Cole and her being a good addition or maybe not so good addition to Real Housewives of Atlanta. So let me go ahead and get this video up and let us check it out. Shout out to page 6, okay?
This is going to be such a iconic, awesome season. Like, it reminds me so much of like classic Housewives from back in the day. It's going to be really good. We've got 2 great new peaches.
Were you familiar with K. Michelle, like, socially before?
Of course.
Oh.
Well, K. Michelle is just iconic. I mean, she sings, she yodels, she bakes.
Is so good.
She bakes
too?
cakes.
Holy, what can't she do?
I don't know, honey, but she definitely can make a mean pound cake.
And it's really funny, too, when she was talking to Portia in the premiere, talking about Cowboy Carter and Beyonce. And she's like, Beyonce's seeing what I'm doing. And I was like, K. Michelle, is Beyonce seeing? And then finding out Beyonce sent her flowers. I was like, oh, no, Beyonce's up to date on K. Michelle.
Oh, no, K. Michelle, I give her that girl status. I give her that. Yeah.
And she just seems like an immediate, light, fun time.
Yeah. I want to say something about him trying to slick down play. My girl, does Beyonce really see what you're doing? Oh, Beyonce. But then also I have to understand that to me, he likely doesn't listen to her music. And she is now tapping into the country space. Not sure if that's something that he's interested in. He may get familiar with her, but it's okay. All right. The little shade that was thrown, okay, got checked real quick when Beyonce sent them flowers, honey. But aside from that, he will get to know K. Michelle, as a lot of people will, as she is on this show. And I don't know how many times I can say I'm looking forward to it, but let's just keep going.
We're familiar with her, of course, from all of her previous endeavors on TV and music and everything. And when she was announced, I was like, oh, she's going to bring up fun.
She's fun.
Fun and also seems like a sweetheart. Like,
she's very vulnerable and she's loving.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I think people have this idea because of obviously she used to be on Love and Hip Hop,
right.
But she's so evolved. She's so classy.
I kind of got that just from watching the premiere episode. She has that discussion with Portia, and Portia's like, "No, I think we should bring a different energy to this new friend group. Like, let's start out on a good note and a good foot." And I think that she listened to Portia because she is bringing such positive energy, and for whatever reason, she is really getting along with Charles Oakley. They really vibed well at that one. I mean, they were besties, which was like surprising to me. She was like, you know, Charles is an asshole, and I connect with that. And I was like, okay, Michelle. You knew Pinky Cole for a while.
Over a decade, you said, right?
Because she's in TV. She used to be a producer for Ayanna Van Sant, Fix Your Life, and Maury Povich Show.
Gotcha.
Pinky Cole? I never knew that. Say what? She was a producer for Ayanna Van Sant and also worked on the Maury Povich Show? The more you know. Do tell more.
Yeah, so she knows about the drama.
Oh my gosh, the drama and then some.
Does she bring that Maury Povich energy ever?
Ooh, well, I think she definitely is going to bring a lot to the show. I don't know if it's going to be Maury Povich.
Right. I'm like, what kind of Maury Povich? What kind of energy you talking about? Maury, what energy does Maury Povich brings aside from you are not the father? Like, what you talking about? Y'all let me know what he talking about. What kind of Maury Povich energy? I need to know. I never known a Maury to have no energy for real. What are you talking about, child? Girl, I don't know. What you trying to say?
We not worried about who the daddy is.
Okay.
I know that's my favorite.
Did you always think, though, she would make an amazing housewife? Did you kind of think that back in the day? Oh, no. Oh,
well,
okay.
because I don't know her really in a social context. More business.
Gotcha.
You know.
And
Did Phaedra, wait, girl, what?
I'm going to bring a lot to the show. I don't know if it's going to be Maury Povich because we not worried about who the daddy is.
Okay. Did you always think, though, she would make an amazing housewife? Did you kind of think that back in the day? Oh, no. Oh,
well, because I don't know her really in a social context. More business.
Gotcha.
You know.
And the social context was fun? Getting to know her in a different way?
Well, it was interesting.
Okay.
Baby.
I mean, Pinky, she's very chatty. She's very, very chatty sometimes.
I did love in the first, she just walked in saying hi to everybody, just walking around the table, introduced her. I was like, oh, she's making this her own party. And it is so fun. And also because I'm vegetarian, I love Slutty Vegan, her restaurant, because she has one in the city, which is great. But then I saw she made headlines when she filed for bankruptcy, but she's letting people know that that's not as bad as it's. Is it? Because you know I'm not that smart, Phaedra. I'm not a lawyer.
Well, honey,
I don't know.
Y'all got to see Phaedra's face.
I have not.
Okay.
It's a
I don't know if that's
new
a
beginning.
A rite of passage. Okay.
I don't. I've been in business for over 20 years. I've never filed for bankruptcy.
Ooh.
I never even thought about it.
Gotcha.
It has never been an option.
Because it's never had to be an option.
That's right.
Okay. Well, maybe it's a new beginning for Pinky Cole.
Well, we praise God for
Okay, now.
and grace and mercy.
Baby, the way y'all wearing these new beginnings out is crazy, especially the shade that K. Michelle threw my girl Drew's way. Okay, she's not worried about beginners. They over here talking about maybe it's a new beginning. Baby, the shade. I need to see now what's going on with Phaedra and Pinky, because if it wasn't beef before, it might be some now, okay? Because Phaedra, like, I don't know about it being no rites of passage. First of all, why would there be a rites of passage? That is fucking insane, okay? So is y'all selling on yourselves and y'all own tea that y'all also had to file for bankruptcy? Because, child, I'm confused, okay? Phaedra said, baby, not I. Been in business for 20 years and never had no shit like that, okay? So you could sit there somewhere else, okay? I don't know about what you're talking about, boo. Understand. Girl, ain't that something? Well, that's just a little piece of what Miss Phaedra had to say about Miss Pinky Cole. I don't think she liked Miss Pinky too much. I know she's saying Pinky had talk too much. Okay, she run her mouth a little too much for me, is what it sounds like Phaedra was saying, okay? Now, Phaedra also came down and ran her mouth a little bit more that I can appreciate. Y'all let me know if y'all can appreciate it, all right? Put your dislike to the side, y'all. I already see you right now, okay? I see you right now, I do. You already don't like that lady, but put it to the side and hear what she got to say. Because she does go on to talk about Dr. Wendy Osefo and this case that she has looming over her head. So let us go ahead and get that up on the screen so we can hear what Phaedra Parks had to say about Dr. Wendy's case, okay? Let's check it out.
From a legal standpoint, how would you advise her? I know, one of her peers said, take a plea deal. Well, is that something that she should do coming from you?
Here is the thing. The win for her would be to obviously be exonerated, but the evidence speaks for itself.
Right.
And so when the evidence speaks for itself, you need to do what's in the best interest of your family and your children. And I'm not anywhere associated with that case, so I can't speak to what her attorney is advising her of. But at the end of the day, she's a mom. And so I want the best for her and her kids.
And would that mean taking a plea deal, or would that mean...
Well, I don't know what they're offering her. So you have to be offered a plea deal to obviously accept it.
Right. But if they give you less time in a plea deal, would that be smarter?
Well, if the evidence says that you're going to go for longer and you will not be found not guilty, I think the smartest thing to do is do the least amount of time.
Now, I saw that they were trying themselves.
Now I have to pause right here because in all honesty, y'all, Giselle did say the same thing, okay? In so many words, she felt like Wendy should take a plea deal like immediately, all right? That is what she said. And I think that people may take it, even though y'all don't like neither one of the ladies, to be honest, child. And I'm not talking about y'all, but I'm talking about y'all. So either way, even though y'all don't like either of the ladies, they may take it more from a person that is an attorney, okay? Which is Phaedra. She ain't saying too much different than what Giselle is saying. And I ain't lying, child. If the charges and stuff like that looking, and the evidence, right? If the evidence is lining up like this ain't looking too good, girl, you might want to take that damn plea deal heavy and hard, okay? Go and take that plea deal. However, the fact that Wendy wanted a speedy trial makes me feel like most of the evidence does not go in her direction. It seems like she could potentially be guilty by way of being connected to her husband, of course, but maybe he was the one that signed all the paperwork. He was the one that talked to possibly, right, the insurance companies. He was the one that called the cops and reported everything. Like, I don't know how it works, but that's my assumption. I'm just trying to understand, why would you feel so confident and want to have a speedy trial? The only thing that makes sense to me would be that your attorney has told you that a lot of this evidence does not seem to really point to you, but more so to your husband. So, hey, all right. And Phaedra also supports them having 2 separate trials as well. But let's keep going.
Separately. Is that common? Like, is that...
In a case like this, I would have separated the case. Yes, I would definitely.
Now, what is that for? Do you think maybe one parent might get less than the other parent?
Well,
or?
I don't know, because I mean, I've obviously seen the indictment, but since I have, I'm sure there's a lot of discovery in this matter. But at the end of the day, they're both parents. And so, as a parent, your number one interest has to be the care of your children.
From a legal...
Okay, so it sounds to me that she's saying if you were found to be guilty, child, y'all would want to be able to split their time up in a sense so somebody will always be there with the kids. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this case is going to work out for Wendy. I wonder if Real Housewives of Potomac are holding off filming until she has her trial, if they will continue to film with her, because my thing is this. I mean, they could always finesse it, right? They could start filming in April and then she has her trial. And then what happens if Wendy is locked up, right? For oh so much of time, what that's going to look like. Y'all just going to put a little note up, a message saying, hey, Wendy, after her trial, got arrested. She will not be a part of the show for the remaining of the season. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And they carry on with the other ladies. Yes, that's very possible. Or what they going to do? Are they going to get it jump started right after her trial? Who knows? But they are reporting that she will be back. At least these are the rumors, that I put out there. But I don't see a reason why Wendy would not return for another season. Like, it just wouldn't make sense for her to not return. So, I wonder how that's gonna play out. But either way, good luck to everybody involved. Child, we want to have to see. Yikes! I hate it, girl. I hate it. But you do the crime. You got to do the time, and that's what happened. That's just what happened. But she's still innocent until proven guilty. So we're going to see if she's going to be proven guilty down to the courthouse in May. All right. Now, the next thing I do want us to get into, child, is Kandi Burruss. Kandi Burruss and Todd. It was a lot of rumors that came out. People were saying that Kandi paid Todd millions of dollars. I think they could have said it was $2 million. And he got full custody of the kids, right? That's what the people were saying. Well, I'm going to slide over here to Document Teams, who gave us like a brief of the document details, all right? They did also link down the documents. They gave us the links to the documents as well. But I'm just going to get into the abbreviated content because when I went over to what is this, TMZ pretty much had the same information as documentings. All right, so we'll hop back over here, and this is what they are saying regarding Kandi's situation. Oh, and also Kandi did say that she's gonna do more shows than the one that y'all sat up there and sold the hell out, you wenches. But either way, let's keep it going. So they're saying that Kandi versus Todd, the divorce petition, is listed below. Now, keep in mind, they actually wanted this information private. Baby, the judge was not giving them nothing. I think she wanted the records private when they were mediating in the beginning or dealing with the judge in the beginning, like in January or December. She wanted to get some stuff sealed and closed off. I don't think the judge did it. Now, here we are. And it appears that, according to this person, the documents or whatever, or the divorce petition has officially been closed, the full breakdown. It don't seem like the stuff was private. It may be private now if they got that, but the people already got the information, so it's out. But the judge was not giving them anything. Woo-wee. And so they're saying Kandi and Todd agreed to joint legal and joint physical custody of their 2 minor children. I believe this. The moment people said that it was going to be him getting full custody, it made absolutely no sense. Absolutely no damn sense, right? Kandi does have the final say on non-emergency medical and education decisions, but Todd has the final say on extracurricular activities and the religion. Oh, okay then. Now, when it comes to strict rules on children and media, due to the parents both being very public, the court-approved parenting plan places tight restrictions on media exposure. Neither parent can film, post, or involve the children in commercial media activity without written consent from the other. All right. Any money earned from the children's appearances must go into accounts solely benefiting the child. I like that. At first, I thought they were going to say that none of the kids could be filmed, period. I was going to really be like, y'all need to go back to court about that. Now, wait a minute. Okay. However, I love that the money goes into an account that benefits the child. Honestly, I feel like that should be a rule across the board when it comes to entertainment. Sorry, it's too many of these Nickelodeon kids, these Disney kids, I feel, from back in the day who was working to pay for, well, I feel like Keke Palmer is one, and maybe Hannah Montana, but her daddy was very popular. But aside from that, Keke Palmer was one that was taking care of her family at a very young age with the money she made from acting. And she's still able to go on to be Keke Palmer, keep a bag, okay? Keep a bag Palmer, all right? But some other people, they didn't really have it like that, right? They took care of the family and they ain't have shit left for themselves as they got older. Shout out to, I believe it was Jason Weaver, who mama was not playing when it came down to the Lion King, and that man still getting his residuals to this day because of his mom. But some of y'all other parents, I don't trust y'all. And y'all kids shouldn't either. It's one thing to take care of, and I get it, right? I get that those parents should be financially taken care of because it's a lot of wear and tear when you want to be active and involved in your children's lives. And some of y'all took the kids' money and still let folks take advantage of the kids. However, because I'm going on a tangent, try and let me go on it for a little second. But for the parents that also want to be present and make sure their kids are not being taken advantage of or anything like that, it's a lot of wear and tear. You got to fly out to different places. You got to spend so much of time there, maybe a week, 2 weeks, whatever the case is. So because of that, they can't work normal jobs. So I understand them receiving pay from the work of their child. I just don't feel like y'all should be receiving 100% of their child check, period. I feel like there should be a large percentage. I don't know, maybe 60-40, maybe 50-50, maybe 70-30. I don't know. Maybe 70-30. Possibly. I don't know, because the child is the one doing the most work in my personal, but I feel like there should be a percentage that is required by law to go into an account for that damn child. That's just what I feel. They shouldn't have to look up once they get 21 or something and ain't got a lot to show for it. Minimal to none to show for it. No. So I do like that. And not that I believe that Kandi and Todd, well, let me speak for Kandi. Let me speak about Kandi. I don't think Kandi would put her kids in that type of position. You know what I'm saying? To where they don't have anything. I think everything that she has done in life so far before these children came along was to secure the future for her daughter, Riley, right? And now that she has these other two, it's to secure their future as well. So I think she definitely got accounts stacked up for them already on top of a healthy insurance policy. So I don't think that they would not be benefiting from any of the work that they do. But utilizing that one statement made me think about all the kids in the entertainment arena, right? Now they're saying child support is $0 despite both parties earning about $22,000 a month, right? They're saying the court approved a deviation, no child support payments owed by either party, which would make sense as to what Todd would have wanted if he's gunning for joint custody, right? If he gets joint physical custody, then in his head, it's like, hey, I'm not trying to pay child support. So if I had a child, also, the kids also often, then I got to put in just as much of time and money as you do. So why would I have to pay you? Which is what a lot of guys try to do, go for that joint physical custody. I don't know if it always worked, but I do believe those are the intentions behind going for joint physical custody. Like what Scrappy kind of did with Bam. Right? She wanted child support. He was like, hell no, I'll get my kids 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. Like he ain't getting no money up out of me. So he kind of pulled that stunt, right? Let's keep going. So they're saying alimony completely waived. Both parties waived any right to alimony permanently. Okay, so Todd is not getting alimony off of Kandi, but Kandi did receive a nice grant of vehicles as well as Todd. And Todd, with some of these vehicles, and really on both sides, they can always go and sell these vehicles and make a coin off of them, child. All right. Now, the total equalization payment was $500. I guess based when they weighed everything out, the total was $500 or something. It seems to me that Todd may have had a little less than that, which is why Kandi had to pay him. Unfortunately, that's what they're saying. It was owed by Kandi $426,000. Right. So he did get a little something up out of her. But I guess that's because they weighed the odds and saw that she had more on her scale than he had or whatever. And because of that, she had to offset some money. And you know what? I feel like Kandi was like, all right, bet, cool. You can get this. Because I'm finna make this back like in the next month or two anyway. So yeah, you can have this little change. It reminds me of Tiana Taylor. Remember when Tiana was caught talking not so great about her ex-husband, Iman? And then he took her to court. But what's crazy is I feel like Tiana came out to defend her damn self from what was being fucking said, child. And because she came out to defend herself, then she turned around and had to pay him some money because I guess she disparaged him or whatever the case was. And I can't remember if it was like 78, and I think it was like a few $100,000s. That I think she had to pay him. And when she did the interview, I think it was on Breakfast Club, not sure, but she went and did an interview and they asked her about it. And she said, child, that was the best money, so much money she could have ever spent. It was worth it. She didn't care. Get this, here, have this little shit. Because I got more where that came from. That's nothing. The deals that I'm finna secure is finna be more than that. Like, here, you got it. There you go. There you go. You can have that little shit. I already know you'll know how to spend your money any damn way. So that money gonna run out in the next 6 months. So yeah, won't get shit else up out of me. Okay, so with that being said, Kandi probably, like I told y'all in a previous video when I said that maybe she did give him a little something, maybe it was something she was okay with, right? I don't know if she was okay with giving him this or not, but I do believe she can make that 400 and some thousand back pretty quickly in my personal, okay? Those are my thoughts on that, but y'all let me know, all right? She's gonna give him about $250,000 up front. Right. And then in the next 3 months, she's going to give him the remaining of that coin. All right. And it seemed like that was something that he was okay with. And, you know, she's doing, like I told y'all, she's doing her one-woman show. And with her doing this one-woman show, you know, Todd kind of supported her on that. So, I mean, they're still good. They're good. They're good. They're good. I'm sure they have a little issues here, there, some hiccups. But for the most part, they seem to be dealing fairly well, okay? Fairly well. But that's what's going on with Kandi and Todd, child. She did have to pay that man a little piece, okay? Not the whole thing, not as much as he may have wanted, okay? But she did pay him just a little piece. But y'all can leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. I know y'all gonna do that anyway. Why? Because they just how y'all is. Okay. But I'm Jamie, that's me, honey. Like up this video. Subscribe to this channel if you have yet to subscribe to this channel, honey. I'll catch y'all in the next one, boo. Bye.
you're living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'll never politic in the drama.